Oh, hey, we are here with Mr. One and Only International Jacob Pita. How are you, honey?
International man of mystery here, or not. I'm doing all right, I guess.
Mischief.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. International man of mischief. You're freaking genius. You are so smart, Andrea. I
Thank
mean,
you.
I'm doing okay. I'm doing better now that I'm sitting here chatting with you, but otherwise, it's just another freaking what's going to happen today, shitty day kind of thing, you know?
Okay. So obviously I know you and I've known you and everybody who's kind of been in the industry for the last, I don't know, 2 months, even 2 months, know who you are. But let's say
Right.
there's someone that wants to get in the industry and they see your face. Who are you? What do you do? What's your company called? What are you guys up to?
Oh boy, Jesus. Okay. Well, just in a nutshell, we're YNOT. We're a media services and events organization. We've been in the industry for we've been as a brand in the industry for about 24, 25 years. Yeah, long freaking time, longer than a lot of people have been alive. I've been in the industry since 2000. I'm a co-owner with Connor. He's more the brains behind the operation. I'm more of the face of the operation, for better or for worse. Yeah, but as far as media is concerned, we have Why Not and Why Not Cam and Why Not Europe and Why Not Shoot Me, which are news, media, photo, blogs, resources, information sites. We do a lot of advertising of companies on these sites as well, since we have very targeted business traffic. The service-oriented part of our business is Why Not Mail, which is an email software platform that people can use when they get kicked off of mainstream platforms like MailChimp or Constant Contact or whatever else they're using and trying to be sneaky and put in porn in their emails uh,
Okay.
because we allow it and most platforms don't. And then Why Not Market, which we launched recently, which is a full-on CRM similar to Salesforce. It's got all the great tools of doing your marketing, triggers, automation, sales, and lead tracking, and so much more, but for adult companies.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, so we're pushing those pretty hard right now since people are using that and really getting a lot of inbound requests. And then of course the services or the awards and events part of our business is Community, which is our summer trade show in LA. Why Not Cam Awards, which is the award show that goes along with that for all the performers for cams and clips. And then Why Not Awards in Prague, which is our business awards show that we do every September, which, knock on wood, is happening this year. So far, I haven't heard any different.
It
Uh,
must.
yeah, exactly. And the other thing, is obviously with Hollywood, we postponed it by 8 months. So there's not even going to be a Community or a Why Not Cam Awards in 2020. It'll be at the end of March in Hollywood, 2021. And we are going to just do like an online counterpart in July, our normal dates that we're just calling Why Not Summit because it's going to be totally different. We'll do some seminars online. We just want to get people in touch, but we're not postponing anything later this year because it's all up in the air. The last thing we want is to
Absolutely.
postpone something and then have to do it again.
Absolutely. So tell me a bit about how why not the online summit is gonna work.
That's a good question. I have no freaking idea.
Awesome.
I mean, Connor is heading that. He's, dealing with the software and how we're going to do it. I mean, it's probably going to be like a Zoom meeting on steroids kind of thing. We'll have some seminars. We'll probably do several hours. I want to get some networking in there too. I mean, I've seen how this works. Ironically, I have a job in the mainstream outside of adult where uh, I sell streaming video accounts for people doing meetings, events, classrooms, stuff like that. We're
Okay.
obviously getting a shit ton of inbound leads for trade shows because a lot of people, have to cancel. So we're working with event organizers. But something like that is like, big time, not anything that we need to do for, the few hundred people that we want to get involved.
Oh, that's
Those are
great.
for thousands.
That's great. So tell me, obviously you're at home.
Yeah.
Do you work from an office usually, or do you usually work from home? How does that go?
I have been exclusively working from home now for over 19 years of my 20 years in the business. Yeah. So as far as like my day to day, it doesn't really change anything with this lockdown and all this bullshit. But we do have an office, which is probably less than a 10-minute drive from where I live. It's just one small room with 2 computers, 2 couches, and a lot of DNA all over the walls. No, I'm kidding. It's just like it's a
Go and
dungeon.
visit the YNOT office.
Connor and I go there when we need to brainstorm ideas, and it's got like a really nice boardroom in the building and stuff. But I mean, literally, I go there once a month or twice a month to pick up the mail. Um,
Okay.
when we're there and we need to really go over all of like the Why Not Cam Awards nominees, I mean, we're literally locked in for like 24 hours over the course of 2 days, just pouring through everything. And
Okay.
but other than that, I mean, I work from home. I've got my pets. I can get up and do whatever anytime. So this doesn't change much. How about
So
you?
did I'm at home. I'm in the office. The office is like 5 minutes away walking from my
Oh,
house.
right on. That's great.
So because we do have a curfew, I go to the office, then I come back home, and I end the work day at home, or I start it. It depends
Okay.
a lot. But we're still good. Cyprus is still good. They do say that Cyprus and Malta are going to be the 2 countries with the least amount of deaths and people, sick. So
What's the population of the entire country? Do you know?
around a million, around a million.
Oh, okay. So actually, where I live in Austin, Texas, the whole surrounding area is probably like over 2 million. But I think I shit you not, our metro area has probably had like 25 deaths. That's it.
Okay. Well,
You
okay.
know,
So,
I mean,
but did Corona and the lockdown and everything affect business? Because obviously, okay, so you're at home, you always work from home, but did it affect business in any way?
yeah, it definitely did. I mean, obviously, with our shows and our events, I pretty much had to postpone collecting sponsorship dollars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would have just sat in an account anyway, um, but probably going to work on that in a few months from now. As far as our service-oriented stuff, we're getting a lot more inbound requests for Why Not Mail and Why Not Market.
Yeah.
Selling advertising is still going. I mean, that's good. Could always be better. Um, my psyche is probably more damaged than anything else because I'm used to traveling somewhere every month. And, I've got local friends here, but, the people that I'm really close to that I deal with at work, I only get to see anywhere from, once or twice on up to maybe like 5 times a year.
Yeah.
Yourself, like I get to see you probably about 5, 6 times a year, I would think at least. And
Something like that, yeah.
yeah, and it's frustrating as hell because I was going to go to Vegas. I would have gotten home yesterday, I think, from that. I would be going to the Exotica Expos, which are all in the U.S. I get to see a lot of people every 3 to 5 weeks, and who the hell knows when that's going to happen? I mean, I don't foresee traveling happening until at least August. I mean,
Yeah, let's keep it in August. Like let's open the borders the end of August, I don't know, middle of August, open the borders, open the damn borders.
yeah,
We need them. People need them. We've been like exactly like you said, we've been used to seeing each other every other, month,
yeah,
something like that. Every 3 months we
mm-hmm.
see each other. And we spend, quality time and we learn stuff and we work and everything. And this is affecting a lot of us because it's like we're trying not to think that, hey, a few days ago I would have been in Vegas now for the LA Expo show.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it sucks.
So yeah, and I mean, I'm trying to keep my shit together. I mean, things set me off. It's not like I go and rage and throw shit at the wall, but I don't know. I'm finding myself getting more and more ticked off and short with things lately. I mean, earlier today, someone contacted us about opening a Why Not Mail account and had some very unflattering things to say in the email. It's just like, this is not how you open a business proposition. I mean, it's not like I went and told the guy to go fuck himself, but I mean, if you're going to try to work a deal with someone, you don't want to start out by insulting them. Just a little pro tip of the day. And the other thing is, I mean, I'm not going to mention any names, but somebody says to me, I don't see any information about Why Not Cam Awards. Is that what it's called? Or Camunity for this year? What's going on with it? And it's like, well,
It's on the
clearly,
homepage.
dude, It's on the fucking homepage of whynotcam.com. How hard is it, dude? I mean, seriously, click a few things, visit a few other sites than you normally do, and read about what we're doing. I mean, I put it on every Facebook group. And I mean, I know a lot of people in this industry just live on Facebook, which I don't get. I mean, I freaking hate that site. It's invasive. I mean, I know that that's where a lot of people are, but that's where a lot of non-industry people are. That's where the freaking Nazis in charge there will ban your account for anything they decide on, or if there's even a remote complaint about it. It's just, I don't know, it's bullshit.
That's true. That's true. So, I know that you're very connected with performers, and I know your Twitter is crazy with you're the little group of performers. A lot of them come to you, ask you for help, and so and so. What would you like? What would you advise a performer in these days right now?
I mean, majority of performers that I'm connected to or talking to lately are doing pretty well, actually. Obviously I tell them, continue putting out content, continue doing your thing. Don't let this change things. Obviously, a lot of your fans are definitely affected by this, and that, they've lost their jobs and they don't have money, but a lot of them don't. I mean, a lot of them are home, or they're in a situation where they're able to work, with the only disruption of going from their office to their house, maybe, different hours, who knows? But you've got fans, you've got an audience. Don't let this get in the way. And always, if creating content is your thing, find ways to continue doing it. Yeah, I would say the vast majority of the models that I've spoken to have not really seen any kind of decrease in their earnings.
Let's hope this stays like this. Let's hope that the performers are gonna do well. But yes, content is king.
Yeah.
So
well,
whoever is watching this, create as much as good content as you can.
Yeah, because clearly the U.S. government isn't going to bail anybody's asses out. I mean, with the whole Small Business Loan Association or whatever the fuck it is, they're clearly it's okay for us to pay taxes. It's okay for everybody to watch porn. It's okay for everyone to joke about porn. But God forbid anybody who actually works in the industry in any facet, whether you're a performer or whether you derive much of your income directly or indirectly from adult companies, the government basically is telling you this. If you want any kind of loan money, whether it's a free loan or one that you have to pay back.
I guess they don't have a membership pay on any of the tubes, so they're just watching it for free, the members of the government. So they don't pay for their porn. So this is what
no,
pay for your porn, people. Pay for your porn.
Pay for your porn, or they're obviously because a lot of models, not all, but a lot of them, also do escort or, personal courtesan stuff. And, a lot of these guys are using that. I mean, give me a fucking break.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, but it's always everything that suits them until it doesn't suit them,
No, absolutely. So you were telling me a bit about what's new. Give me more information. What's happening? What are you cooking right now in YNOT?
It's funny you mentioned that. We are actually working on something that I can't really go into details about. We're always, it's another service-oriented thing, because services are always going to be in demand of some way or another. This is something that we're working on that is service-oriented, that is needed, and it's hopefully something that we're going to be launching later this year. That's all I can really say about it at this point. I know that's not much, but what can I say without giving away?
Are you making money? Are you making money?
What, on the platform that we're working on? I mean, that's the goal.
Are you using a 3D tool to make money and give to people? Because that's what a lot of us need, money.
Yeah, I know. No, I know, right? If we could print it up, that would be great. No, but we're always, we're a company that's always had to adapt. I mean, there's been a lot of media organizations that have come and gone over the years. The majority of them were, industry forums, and those more or less disappeared well over 10 years ago. There used to be dozens, and we've found ways to just adapt and do different things and just roll with the punches over the years. And this is obviously another one of those times where we need to figure out another income stream. So, we are working on something. Hopefully we'll get it out later this year, but that's unfortunately all I can really say about it, because like most industries, when someone has a good idea, everyone has to copy it 10 different ways until it
Okay.
gets fucked up and the profits are so slim for everyone that that business model gets destroyed. So we'd like to get something going and keep it that way before we get ripped off again.
Okay. What are you, so when you're coming to a show,
Yeah.
who should approach you and why? Like, should business people approach you and why? No, be good, Jay. Be good. Be
All
good.
right. You know me
Okay.
too well, because it's just the things that are going through my mind. It's like, why would somebody want to approach me? Well, the reasons
Why
for that.
would they approach you? They want to come to the Why Not booth. Why? What will they get from it?
Well, I can definitely guarantee they're not going to get a scorching case of any disease that requires antibiotics. That I can 100% guarantee. Okay. Yeah, basically, if people want help with marketing, if they want more exposure in the industry one way or another, whether it's through us or through their own means, they would want to come to us. Granted, we're not the be all end all of marketing. There's a lot of opportunities out there. But we provide services and opportunities that several of the other companies don't. Uh, Plus, I think we put on more of a personal touch. I mean, Why Not is a small organization. Up until a few months ago, we were attending pretty much most of the shows in the industry. So we're very accessible. Um, we always try to be fair. You're never going to find someone saying, that we're price gouging them, or they got ripped off, or that,
Mhm.
just aren't available. If they are, if that ever happens, or even remotely anything like it, we always try to ratify the situation. But if people need anything as far as marketing, getting their business promoted, getting their name out, generating leads, working with their email list, um, essentially just trying to build their business, they would come to Why Not. And, considering we have like a half a dozen different avenues that we can help out, we'll always want to sit down and try to figure out what's the best way and what's going to make the most sense for them.
That's perfect. That's perfect. We met, if I'm not mistaken, we have been like we started talking 4 years ago, something like that, through email and Skype and so and so. But we met first time at the first Bucharest Summit edition.
Is that where we met for the
Yes,
first time?
yes, yeah. We
So
met.
a little,
It was that restaurant that's you had the view all around the city.
yeah.
That's where we met the first time. It was the Bucharest
Oh,
Summit sponsors dinner. Yeah.
that's right. It's funny because I was trying to remember the first time we met. So that would have been 2017. So that was almost 3 years ago.
4 years
Uh,
ago. 4 years ago this year.
it couldn't have been 2016 because I wasn't there in 2016. I definitely, I definitely remember 100% what shows I went to
Okay.
and when. I mean, I know where I've been in 2016. Yeah, I had not been over. First time I went to
Yeah, it
Romania
was
was
2017. It was 2017. 2017, yeah.
so yeah. That in fact, I had just arrived. I think I landed at like 5 o'clock. Got to my hotel, checked in, took a quick shower, and headed over and met you a couple hours later after traveling for like 20 hours.
Absolutely, absolutely. So like this is I believe people should go to trade shows even if they have or not necessarily have business in that specific country, because you never know. Like you never know what opportunities might arise. What would be how would you, advise a person, a performer, a lot of performers are telling me like, why would I go to a trade show? Like there's no business for me there. What would you say to something like that? Because you
Well,
have a trade show as well.
yeah, well, a lot of times, people only want to see what their immediate needs are. I mean, performers are obviously looking to make money. And, it's understandable that if, a performer who might have social anxiety or might not have an interest in being bombarded with salespeople trying to pitch them on something that they may or may not need, yeah, I mean, and plus it costs money to do these things. And a lot of times models will want to only see, how can I make content? How can I make money? And how can I make a return on what I'm paying to come to this thing? And which is all totally understandable, but it goes beyond that. I mean, you look at a lot of the models who have made more of a name for themselves and have sustained it. I mean, like Little Red Bunny, for example. She's been going to shows. She's actually been hosting her own soirees. She speaks on panels. You know, I consider that the more you throw at the wall, so to speak, to see what sticks, the more opportunities that are going to come your way.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, like for example, the Bucharest Summit. I mean, I referred a bunch of models to you. How do I know these models? Because I met them at shows. And now look, now they're actually being ambassadors for the Bucharest Summit. They're
Exactly,
getting,
exactly.
I mean, if you're not going to get business or opportunities directly, you're going to get them indirectly eventually. It's just, that's just the way it is. And if you're connecting with people that are already very well connected, then yeah, again, you're not going to maybe see an immediate return, but it's all cumulative. And that's what I tell people that are marketing. And if you're going to be advertising, you can't expect immediate results. It's all part of a cumulative effort. It's why, you know, when people think about hosting, the first thing they think about is Mojo Host. When people think about traffic, a lot of times people think about juicy ads. It's like, why? Because these guys go to shows, they're doing their marketing everywhere. I mean, yeah, they're spending a shitload of money and time doing it, but look at how well it's branded them over the years.
Exactly, exactly. It's about putting yourself out there, making yourself visible for people to see you and then make business with you. Well,
Right.
so fingers crossed. See, we're gonna see each other in Bucharest in September. What are your expectations for this show now that
Now that you're running
things
it?
have changed? Things have changed.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, my expectations are that it's going to be fun. It's going to be well attended. It's going to be well organized. You know, I'll get business out of it. I'll see a lot of familiar faces. I'll see a lot of new faces. I pretty much don't go into anything with major expectations.
Okay.
Uh, all I all I really care about is that if I can go to this thing, I can have a good time. I'm going to have a good time regardless. That's never a concern of mine. I really want to make sure that I'm meeting decision makers, that if I'm not able to close deals right on the spot, that any follow-up I do is actually going to bear fruit, so to speak, because there's nothing more annoying than talking to people, spending time working things out to only find out that they don't have a final say in the matter, much less influence. And then my follow-up for months ends up in a black hole. It's a waste of fucking time. I would rather be told no to my face. Um,
This
so
is this is something this is something that a lot of companies should understand. You should go to the show. Don't just send two people to see how it's happening, how it's gonna go. No, you should go. If you're the decision maker you're in your company, go to the damn show, see what's up,
yeah,
and make business right there. Don't just send two new employees that don't have any decision, that don't have any
right.
decision power.
Or they just don't know, who they're talking to. I mean, I'm not one
Exactly.
of these guys like, hey, do you know who I am kind of thing. No, I mean, I'll talk to reps. I don't have any problem. I mean, in fact, the way I treat people over the years who end up being the next CEOs, it plays in my favor because I'm not one to discriminate. I try to treat everybody the same until they give me a reason not to.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I wish more decision makers went. I wish they. I mean, I do these things because even though my age and my level of experience in the industry would kind of suggest that I should be sending reps and taking it easy and slowing down a little bit, but I'm not interested in doing that. I love being in the trenches. I love traveling. I love being around everyone, and I'm not too proud to take meetings with anyone and just be in the thick of things.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. So after this whole thing, what do you think we should all learn from it? From this lockdown, this pandemic, this, drop and everything.
Oh, you should definitely learn that we should never let it get to this again. I mean, I personally thought it was nothing or a joke as early as early March. I wasn't really paying much attention to it. And then around, I don't know, March 4th or so, South by Southwest, which is the largest film and music and interactive festival in the United States. I think it brings 400 or $500 million to the local economy in Austin every March. When they canceled, I knew that shit was real. It's like, it's never canceled in the 20, 30 years that it's been around. So
Wow.
at that point, yeah. So I've literally been quarantined now. What's today? Today, can I say today's date on here?
It's April 15th. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking 5-6 weeks already now. I've been quarantining myself, and just we can't let it get to this point again. There's just the damage the world economy is going to be taking from this. I mean, and again, I'm convinced that it's a deadly disease, but with all the quarantining going on, it seems like it's nowhere near as bad as they were predicting. I mean, a month ago I was thinking, wow, all the hospitals in major cities like LA, New York, Miami, Detroit, Chicago, were just going to be so overburdened, and it was just going to be like what we were seeing about happening in China back in March. And with the exception of New York and maybe New Orleans and a couple of other places, it hasn't been anywhere near as bad as they were really making it out to be. And I mean, I think a lot of that is because we've done our job of staving it off. But at the same time, when all is said and done with this, how bad is it really? I mean, they were predicting between 1 million and 2 million deaths just in the US.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. I mean, maybe we'll hit 100,000, but that would be like a really bad flu season as far as numbers are concerned.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's hope it's not gonna go further than this. Let's hope we reach the peak, and then it's like slowing down.
And we can get back to normal, because it's going to take a fuck of a long time for the economy to bounce back from this. I mean, I don't know how many millions, what are we at, like 8 or 9 million people who've claimed unemployment now just in the US, which is an absolute record. I mean, we've never reached that in the shorter time that we've done. I don't know. It's going to take a long time for us to bounce back. And I mean, I could get into my political beliefs and standings, but, I'll spare everyone my vitriol.
We're not doing that.
You can seriously just look at my social media and know where I stand on things and what I think about people. So yeah, the sooner we're able to turn this shit around, the better, but we just can't have like a second wave of infections, because what history told us in 1918 or 1919 is that people went back to work way too soon after quarantining. And the second wave of, I think it was the Spanish flu of
influenza,
yeah, it wiped out a significant portion of people. So
stay at home, people. Do your work from home, create content, work out, meditate, do something useful with your lives.
Right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jay. You're always a pleasure to talk to. And thank you so much for taking your time to talk to me and to share a bit of wisdom.
Thank you for yours, Andra. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And you definitely brighten up my day, because believe me, it started off on the wrong foot.
Well, I'm happy you're not going to kill anyone. You guys are all welcome.
Awesome. I can't wait to see you next.
Same here. Thank you so much.
Okay. Ciao.